EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Today, it's an early season divisional matchup in the NFC East between the Washington Commanders and the Dallas Cowboys. Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium.
Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5. Watch the out, watch the out. What? Go to 54, go to 54.
Prescott on first down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage. Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. Three and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12.
Two. And 47. I'm coming after you. Mike 52. Mike 52.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Man open, it's J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you used the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
Daron Payne, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Prescott. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Mike Edwards picks it off. And the Commanders are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy. It's not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
That's into the hands of his tight end, Bates. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Robinson will try to pick it up. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it. Anytime they think they've got him open beyond the markers, you know they're going to throw it his way. And that's not going to change even after that incompletion was forced.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. 2nd down and a run by Robinson. And some look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Washington. Brian Robinson Jr., 41 yards. And the Commanders are on the board here first in the season opener.
Bottom line, when you play a runner with these talents, you've got to be able to wrap up and get him on the ground. Or the first person who gets there, hold him up long enough for the next wave to get there and get him down. Otherwise, he will continue downfield and find pay dirt.
Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamin Davis. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the 2nd time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
53 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. That'll back them up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Field goal unit and Joey Sly now. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a 1-touchdown game.
They had a chance there to really build a nice early lead, go up a couple of scores. But he doesn't hit that one quite right, and it winds up an empty possession.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy. I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd down and 6.
And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Washington defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Where's 52? Watch 52. 52's the mic.
Here's Prescott. Open man Lamb. It's complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And already down 7-0 after the touchdown a minute ago. So a 3 and out here would not be ideal for them. Nice job finding his receiver there. And they get the first down.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Set the tone, defense. Here we go, 46. My 52.
A first down throw for Prescott. And he's got Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now back to the ground with Elliott. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me. Shit. Then we're going to 53. Shit. Check. Watch that. Alert 3. Alert 3. Check 9. He's crashing.
On 2nd down now, Childress. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Check.
On 3rd and short, going with their tight end. And the Cowboys are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
On 1st down, Childress. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. That seemed to be linebacking 101 on how to diagnose and stop a run.
And what we're doing nowadays is we're taking those former safeties, those bigger guys, and making them linebackers to utilize their speed. He just made an absolute beeline after he diagnosed that play.
Touchdown! Dominic Daphne from 8 yards out. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week one. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
22 yards there, a first down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now a give right side. Weaver. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 34-yard line. 15 yards there on the catch and run. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he'll take this forward for about 5 as we have come upon the 2-minute warning. On 2nd down, it's Weaver, and he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
3rd and 1. Hal's going to throw it. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
This one incomplete and over everybody. Looked like a clear throwaway. But the officials, they're going to say there's a receiver over there in the area, so no flags, and it's 3rd down. Howell throwing on 3rd down here. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Prescott. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. And they'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long.
Who that?
Prescott from the gun. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. With a play fake, and now here's how to throw it. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. With a white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. That's taken on the 25. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. But, Charles, we saw pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now a handoff up the middle. Weaver. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. If they're going to try to complete this comeback, they need more runs like that from him, because until that point, he's been virtually shut down.
And based on where they are right now in this game, you would expect the ball to be in the air. But his ability to break off those types of runs, you can get big chunk plays on the ground as well, and he just provided one.
And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll try the left side. It's Weaver. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 51 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Robinson up the middle.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. On 2nd down now. It's Weaver, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package, and that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. Powell. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to have it here just past the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
The 24-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. Childress. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, Childress. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
And that's why you spend a first-round draft pick on a running back. Not for just the fancy runs, but these dirty, gritty 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 2s. That's why you draft him.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at 2nd down. 2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. 47. Check tight. Hey, check Mike.
Prescott. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he slings one that's incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Mike 55, Mike 55. We own them. We own them. Shift.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert. Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. A gain of 8 there on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. They'll try and run for it. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Well, clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. You ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. On 3rd down, Childress. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Check pass.
They'll keep it on the ground. Childress. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9. Well, getting close to the end zone, and you know that rookie wants the ball back. He's looking for his first career touchdown.
He certainly is, and you just wonder with the coaching staff, is it trust in him this early? Or are they trying to get him going, give him confidence early in his NFL career? Either way, they want him to score.
No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now, to stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there. Running with Elliott. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down. And the Commanders come through with a 4th down stand. So that's a decision that could loom pretty large here. They go for it on 4th down, but come up empty.
But I actually like the call, and the reason? It shows me a head coach has faith in his team overall. First, on the offensive side, thinking they can pick it up, but also knowing that he has faith in his defense that if they don't, they'll go out there and stop them. I like the confidence he showed.
On 2nd and 9, Howell. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Howell now to throw it. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Weaver. And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Howell to throw. On a bad time late for a poor throw. It's intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for them. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who have had the receivers on lockdown.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Well, Prescott here to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the 4th. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe. And now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. So now factoring in the face mask, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Childress. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 44 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. That gets them 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal. And he is going to lose yardage here. The Commanders going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Here's Prescott. Throw right side, taken in by Gallup. And he'll get nothing out of that one. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, some field goals are bigger than others, and that one makes this a 2-score game.
And with the way their defense has played all game long, that's kind of a love letter to them because that might very well be all the points they need.
And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. Howell with one final shot. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for Dallas, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for Washington, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Baltimore Ravens come to town. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.